Hello and welcome back. And as you know, we're slowly coming to the end of our time together. So before we come to the end, I wanted to bring in a few core ideas that are really underpinning to all the work that you've been doing here on this program. And today's is no exception. So today's word that we're adding to your lexicon, to your toolkit of how you navigate the relationship that you have with yourself. The word that we're bringing in today is acceptance. Some of you may know the work of somebody called Byron Katie, and she has a wonderful expression that I like, which is that she calls herself a lover of reality. And just think about that for a second, a lover of reality. I wonder what comes to mind when you hear that. And for me, there's something in the spirit of acceptance that links all the way back to the very first thing that we did together, which was introducing the idea of noticing without judgment. You may or may not have been playing with that. It may or may not have found its way into your psyche. But when we think about acceptance, we're essentially inviting ourselves to be with what is. And as I say that, if we practice being a lover of reality and just accepting what is, I wonder if you also notice that the judgment part is kind of left floating about in the ether, not knowing what to do with itself. Because if we accept what is, then we accept what is for what it is. And we put a great big full stop on the end of our ruminations. Because so often, and I hope that you've been starting to tune into this a little with the range of activities and exercises we've done together, so often the pain that we experience isn't necessarily in the reality per se, but by God, it can be in the stuff that we tell ourselves about the reality. So I may be struggling in my relationship, and if I can accept, well, that's how it is right now. I am struggling in my relationship. By not going anywhere with that, I can keep my heart open to have some real compassion for myself in that reality. I can stay connected to something that says, wow, that sounds tough. It's okay, I've got you. You'll see this through. You know what you're doing. So acceptance supports contact. And so much of what we've been doing together has been about getting to know, looking inside, inquiring, in order that we can be in relationship and in a loving relationship. So acceptance of what is really supports that relationship. And if you don't believe me, let's take a look at what happens if I don't accept it. I'm struggling in my relationship. And I really shouldn't be. This is really bad. I should have a successful relationship. I can't blow this one because I blew the last two relationships that I had before then. All my friends are settling down and having babies. What about me? What if this means I'm not going to meet somebody else and that I don't have a baby? And all the what ifing, all the fear, all the panic, all of the not reality. All the stuff that's not here yet that we use to terrify ourselves with comparing ourselves to others to reinforce how shit we are. That old chestnut. So accepting what is stupidly simple for me to say, extremely challenging to implement easily if we've lived in that place of I can't be seen to be this. I have to have the mask up. I have to be seen to be perfect, successful, happy. You know, when we've lived behind the mask for so long because we're not in a loving relationship with ourselves and we're trying to kid everybody that we're okay when we don't believe it ourselves. Yeah, it's going to be tricky. But I know that you're game, and I know that you're starting to feel more resourced to practice slowly and implement incrementally over time some of these practices. And that's what this is. So for today, take your curiosity, and this may well work as a journaling prompt. Ask yourself, where can I bring more acceptance into my life? What needs more acceptance from me? What will change if I become a lover of reality? I hope you feel that as a balm for your soul. So go well with this new willingness to accept your gorgeous self as you are. I'll see you tomorrow.